Hello, greetings to you. So today we're going to be talking about the trade that we actually took and what happened, and we're going to be seeing this on real time. So very good here. So at first, if you look here, you see that we had a scenario where there will be a break of structure. There was a break of structure at this point, and the market had already was already at the very top here. And as of when this trade was given in the community, so if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not in our community, you check in the description of this video. We're going to drop the link to the community where we drop our trade signals, and you can actually get to see our trades. So the markets came down to this very point, and as I posted in the group, I said I was in the trade at this point where you see this FVG, right? And the market started moving, and I said, okay, let's wait for a retracement to this OB to see. Let me take this to the 1 hour time frame and see if I'll see something much better. Okay, let's go to the 45 minutes time frame. Okay, there's it. So let me expand this very clearly so you can be able to see that. So the market actually went all the way up, broke a structure, and came to this point here. Now, if you're seeing, just for you to understand how I'm using to identify this, now you know that there's a line on the screen. We have the vertical and we have the horizontal. So the point at which those lines meet, like a cross, that's where I'm using to identify the point I'm explaining. So don't focus on the dots on the screen. No, focus on the points where the both lines are meeting. So now the market came all the way down, you understand, and now broke the structure, came all the way down and broke. Now, what do I feel that the market is going to do? So now this is what happened here. This trade came to this point here, and if you go to the 30 minutes time frame, you will see that this trade actually came all the way down, tapped this other block here, and went up in profits. So that's why most times it's very interesting that when you are in a trade and when you're in profit, you can as well take partials, or you can move your entry to BE to actually have a risk-free trade. Because look at what happened. The market came all the way down and hit the stop loss. So if you did not take partials or move your entry to break even, because not all trades will actually get to your take profit at this very top, right? Not all trades will actually get to your take profit at this very top. So now this is what's happened here. Now you can see that. So now let me take out every single of this stuff, right? And let's see what we feel this market will do. Let's see what we feel. Sorry, I lost that. Let's see what we feel this market will do, and we can be able to analyze that very quickly and check this out. So now if we go to follow the top down analysis in terms of the higher time frame of 1 day, we can clearly see that this market is not really giving us any clear direction, right? It's not really giving us any clear direction, right? Because this market is currently ranging, right? This market is currently ranging. There's no clear direction on what the market is doing. There's no clear direction on what the market is doing. So this market is currently ranging. So, but then, market actually changes at different levels. You understand? Market actually changing at different time frames. You understand? You get me? You may not see a particular thing in a particular time frame, but you can see something much more clearer in a particular time frame. But then in this 1 day time frame, we could see that the market to some extent is probably respecting some level of demand zone, or should I say support zones, you understand, at this particular points here, and we can see that to some extent it has not been able to break some structures on the 1 day time frame. So if we look at this, let me take this up a little bit. Okay, good. So if we look at this, we can see very clearly that we've actually had some level of downtrends, at this particular point here. The market came all the way here and came here to this point, and then 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 to, let's just go all the way down to this point. So to some extent, we've seen some level of downtrend. Then we started seeing much more of a ranging market to this point, right? So I'll take this out here to make the chart more clean. Then if we go down to the 12 hours time frame here, we can see what the market did, right? The market was trying to start an uptrend. You understand? The market was trying to have an uptrend, but then what happened was we had a liquidity sweep whereby the market came all the way down and took away some of these liquidities, these internal liquidities here, right? So we can see that point, right? We can see that point there, very clear. Now, what do we feel that this market is going to do, right? What do we feel that this market? Remember, we said on the higher time frame we saw an overall downtrend, right? We saw an overall downtrend, right? So these are tendency of what the market is going to do. Don't forget, like I said, an overall downtrend from this point here to this point, right? From this point here to this point. So there's a tendency that if you checkmate this on, let's say, on a 1 week time frame, right, you can see this, right? So let's go back to the 2 hours where we are. Okay, so these are possibilities of what the market can do, right? So let me go to, normally I say I take my entries, or I book my entries from 1 hour time frame, 45 minutes time frame, and 30 minutes time frame. So looking at this here, what are the possibilities of what the market can do? What are the possibilities of what the market can do? So this is what I'm envisaging, or I'm looking at what the market can do on both angles, right? On both angles. So first, I feel my bias is that the market can come to this point, and the market can come to this point here. Sorry, let me get this right. The market can come to this point here. Now, it is very, very much healthy. Probably you want to do a buy trade that you cover up these liquidities, right? But then you can actually put your entry from this point here and cover up this point, just to be on the safe with good risk management. But if you have good risk management, then you can cover up this rest liquidity at this point, right? But then you can look this point. Reason being that there's an imbalance, at this level here. There's an imbalance at this level here. So the market can get to that point and move all the way up. But then incredible sell opportunity is also at this point here. No, incredible sell opportunity is also at this point here. Here at this point here. Incredible sales opportunities are also at this point here. There's a massive and incredible institutional movement at this, at this point with this level of this candle, So this can actually bring also a selling opportunity here. This can also bring a selling opportunity here, which would, bring about this market coming all the way down to fill this liquidity. So this is what I am seeing from these two angles. This is what I'm seeing from these two angles, right? So this is what I'm seeing from these two angles. And also, if we go a little bit higher, we are also going to see even much more greater opportunities at the very top of this, right? At the very top of this. But then this is what I'm saying, right? At this particular point, right? This is what I'm saying at this particular point. The market also, these are key zones where the market can actually come to, these are key zones that the market can actually come to, right? But then if this market gets to this point and You know, if this market gets to this point, yeah, and breaks this point, then we're going to be seeing some massive movement upwards. So that is why when you're having a trade, you have to be able to pay attention to the fact that you need to have your stop losses in view to ensure adequate risk management in your trade, right? Because not all trade will be perfect. Not all trades will be perfect.